I've tried to do this a couple times, but my phone keeps overheating. So I'm gonna try to do it one more time. I wanted to be a little bit more intimate with the Dismantled Damsel Diary because journaling is something that I do when I'm feeling vulnerable, when I'm feeling emotional, and something that I typically do alone. However, it can be a shared experience, like what I'm about to share with you guys, and it can also be a reflective experience. It's not just a place to emote, but I've found that with guided journal prompts, it's actually easier for me to not just process the emotion, but to grow from it. So again, this Dismantled Damsel Diary is available on my website, on Amazon and Lulu. You can also download the ebook version too if you're one of those people who likes to, write it out. Also, both copies of both editions of Dismantled Damsel are now also available, so make sure that you add these to your library and your shelf. I will be at the Louisville Book Festival in October, so be sure to stop by to make sure you get it signed by yours truly. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get into the point of this video, which again was to create a more intimate experience and conversation with the Dismantled Damsel Diary. It begins by greeting you all and welcoming you to navigate the corridors of your thoughts and using the prompts as lanterns to illuminate the recesses of your soul. As you engage with the reflective exercises, embrace the opportunity for growth and forgiveness. This journal is a sacred space for you to confront your shadows and fostering a journey of healing and self-compassion. With my signature by yours truly, KAMP'S. So again, there's some really good prompts in here, and I do plan to dive into most of them as I continue to complete the journal myself this year. I have a completed copy that I did last year when I was working on it before I released it, but I wanted to revisit it and take the opportunity to re-explore the prompts and even re-explore myself and my growth. And I will say that going back through the journal, I could definitely add some pages because the prompts, I wouldn't say are heavy, but they definitely require just more than one page. I was ready, I took a sticky note, I was ready to write on the back of the page, but realized I didn't really have any room without messing up the next page. But without further ado, I wanted to get into today's prompt, which is how do I define success and how does this definition impact my self-worth? So I'm just gonna get into it by reading with what I wrote. I define success as total and complete freedom. I want the ability to do whatever I desire at the complete capacity of my desire. With Dismantled Damsel, I have successfully published the book. It's outside of Texas. It's been received and even praised by others, and I even got into the Louisville Book Festival. But I still introduce myself typically by telling people where I work and the content I've created because I define success by a dollar amount, and that's just the truth. I have yet to have an experience where somebody seeks me out specifically for my writing, just in a crowd for me to sign their book or anything like that. But that's not even necessarily what I'm looking for. I don't equate fame to success, or at least not in totality. I define success as the ability to meet my needs comfortably. Whether it's a job or creative venture, I define success as the opposite of struggle. On a smaller scale and on a daily basis, I honestly feel successful surviving the day. Successfully getting to point A and B, successfully eating and having the ability to do so, and so on. Success is surviving with minimal struggle and manageable stress. And I also read something recently that spoke about how success is measured in the journey itself and not the destination, which has truth to it too, and can be expanded on. And the more I think about it, the more I think about the ability to be successful includes the ability to cook edible meals versus the ability to just afford high-end processed or fast fashion or different things like that. But I do think that there is success in the ability to know what you're doing and to possess knowledge on how to successfully execute something, whether it's creating clothes or creating a book or even successfully expressing yourself, which I genuinely feel like I have done. I'm curious to know how you define success and how that definition impacts your self-worth, and if your definition of success has evolved throughout your own journey, whether it's a creative journey or just throughout adulthood. Feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments. Thank you again for tuning in, and I'm really excited to do more of this more often. And if you enjoyed this, please let me know. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next Sacred Sit Down or Dismantled Dialogue, whatever we're going to call this. Thank you again, and make sure you grab your Dismantled Damsel Diary to tune in and follow along with the conversation. I'll see you guys in the next one.